And this is one of my favorite poems I've ever written, emotion-wise, and one of my least favorite poems to read out loud. It deals with the veterans, more particularly the combat veterans and everything that we go through. It's for my family, for my mother, who sent her son off to get some college money, and I ended up in the desert in a war. It's for my family, who never asked what I did, never asked me did I kill anybody, never asked what happened when I came home. They were just happy to have their brother home and their son home. And this is for all the veterans and everything we go through. And this is how ironic. They suggested I was one of the lucky ones because I survived the encounter still breathing. But years later, my heart is still bleeding, my soul is still grieving. In the desert, just what did they do to Miss Mary's baby boy? Now they say it's post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD, those are the letters they use to describe me. Because the silence of war still rings in my ears, years later loud and clear. I'm tortured, because after hearing a dead man's last scream, you can no longer return to being that innocent teen. There are no more innocent places in my heart. The keys to my emotions are gone, because I know morally what I was doing was wrong. How do we know our final days or our final words? What were they thinking before their last minutes of their lives occurred? I mean, it's a strange feeling being on foreign soil with not a foreign person in sight. After what we did last night, I squeezed triggers and reloaded as things exploded. They said it was patriotic. Now they tell me I'm psychotic. How ironic. I squeezed my eyes tight trying to bring my memories closer, but the negative is damaged due to overexposure. I'm unable to alter or Photoshop these images. They're scarred on my mind and become delusions that keep me in seclusion. I'm traumatized by the cruel acts before my eyes, and sometimes I'm unaware that I'm not still there. I'm still struggling with all the dead kids, trying to understand why Shaw shot that lady in the back of her head, and he got medals for it. But my soul has never been settled for it, and there are no isolated or random acts in war. The ones you murder today will torment your tomorrows. The children's screams and tears still burn my eyes and ears, as misguided men lead guided missiles, as scared teens tote M16s, as cowards clutch their 45 pistols. They truly ruined some good sons with their bad, twisted logic and misguided lessons and loaded guns. Now daily I feel the agony I caused and endured. It greets me and defeats me before I can leave my own front door. My world is flipped. I'm unable to right this ship. My days go to nights, wrong from rights, to an empty life, another ex-wife. The peace I'm searching for eludes me, gun in my waistband or within reach of my nightstand usually. And at times, God still refuses to speak to me. He's still angered by the foul deeds I've done. He's too ashamed to call me his son. He still refuses to speak to me. And I remember when he glared at me with those angry eyes I'll never forget. And I knew exactly what he meant. They had no weapon, they were no threat. We could have just let them walk away. But instead he yells fire and we empty our clips, just more bodies buried in the sand. Now the devil grins as the guns are put down and the war ends. For he knows the real war, the war in your mind is ready to begin. He knows of the bad storms in the days to come. Demons from yesterday's deaths become tomorrow's nightmares and flashbacks. And they real and I can feel them like the scar on my arm where they shot us up with that anthrax. They can't believe what I received. I still feel it in my bones deep. I get bad sleep. As soon as I drift off, I'm awoke. I smell smoke, gasping, unable to breathe. I squeeze triggers. They said it was patriotic. Now my doctor tells me I'm psychotic. How ironic. I struggle to put the pieces of my life back together again. Just to be my mommy's baby boy, sons to my father, my brother's twin. But 30 days later, more broken again. Morally corrupt, and I pay the price. Fear, insomnia, nightmare at night. To live in the shadows of your own life. This is what happens when you take innocent life. I squeeze triggers. They said it was patriotic. Now they tell me I'm psychotic. How ironic.